Good morning, students. Today we will start with the last part, part 4 of chapter number 7, Post-Independence India. And today we will cover the topics of regionalism, regional inequality, then scientific and technological development. Now, in the previous videos, we have started about how the different princely states were being merged with India, then how the Portuguese and the French colonies were being merged with India, and then the formation of the states in India. And we have also seen that now presently we have got 28 states and 8 union territories. Okay, now some of the problems after independence what India is facing till now. Okay, the regionalism, then the regional inequality are some of the problems that are being there in India. Okay, first we will go through regionalism. Now India has unity in diversity, in which people following diverse religions speak different languages, then belong to different castes, cultures. Okay, now in India also we see so many people following different culture. They have got the different religion, different languages. Such a diversity is seen only in India. Nowhere around the world such diversity is seen. Okay. Now this cultural progress is not associated with particular caste or creed, but it is unified effort of people living in India. जो भी हमारा कल्चर दिख रहा है that does not belong to only one class or one caste. इतना सब diversity है. This is because of the unified people living in India, or we can say the unified effort of people in India. Now one of the main reasons for creating the feeling of regionalism are certain greedy politicians, various communal groups who exploit the feeling of people and lure them for their motives. The people who create and instigate regionalism are harmful elements for national unity and integrity. Now how this regionalism come up? Okay, ये क्यों हो रहा है हमारे कंट्री में? रीजनलिज्म इज व्हाट? द लव फॉर वंस ओन रीजन. हमारे अपने रीजन की तरफ इतना प्यार हो जाता है कि people start fighting in the name of their own region. Okay, and this is happening because of some communal groups or some politicians. वो ऐसे लोगों को भड़काते हैं जो नॉर्मल सिटीजन्स हैं, उनको भड़का के या ऐसे स्पीचेस देकर दे ट्राई टू क्रिएट सच फीलिंग्स इन द पीपल दैट वी शुड हैव सो मच लव और सो मच वी कैन से इतना वो करेंगे कि हमको अपना रीजन अलग से चाहिए, हमारे रीजन में ये मांगे होनी चाहिए, वी वांट ऑल दिस इन आवर रीजन्स, एंड फॉर दैट दे गो टूवर्ड्स द वायलेंट स्टेप्स ऑल्सो. The aspiration for personal development is good thought, but the one who poses danger to the society at large never aspires for overall development of the country. आगे बढ़ना है वो अच्छी बात है, डेवलपमेंट होना है कंट्री का वो अच्छी बात है, या अपना डेवलपमेंट करना अच्छी बात है, बट अपना इतना डेवलपमेंट या अपने रीजन का इतना डेवलपमेंट करें कि हम दूसरों को नुकसान पहुंचाएं या उसकी वजह से कंट्री को नुकसान हो, ये गलत है. एक्टिविटीज़ हार्मिंग वंस ओन स्टेट एंड कंट्री शुड नॉट बी डन. ओके, हमको कोई ऐसी एक्टिविटी नहीं करनी है जिससे हमारे देश को या हमारे स्टेट को नुकसान पहुँचे. इंस्टेड वर्किंग टूवर्ड्स वंस ओन कंट्री इज़ नेसेसरी. आफ्टर अचीविंग इंडिपेंडेंस कंट्री शुड कम फर्स्ट इंस्टेड ऑफ स्टेट. वी हैव टू वर्क फॉर आवर कंट्री. वी ऑलवेज हैव टू सी दैट आवर कंट्री कम्स फर्स्ट. Okay, it becomes very obvious for people speaking language, common culture and living in certain specific geographical region for a long time to develop emotional bondage for one another. Language, caste and religion are the three important factors for creating regionalism. The need is there that we should have love, we should have bondage for each other, okay, for other regions, for other people, for other religion also. Now, which are the three main barriers or three main factors that are creating regionalism? Language, caste and religion. ये ऐसी 3 फैक्टर्स हैं जो रीजनलिज्म को बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं. The first is language. Now, language stimulates regionalism. मतलब लैंग्वेज ऐसा है जो रीजनलिज्म को बढ़ावा दे रहा है. North India Hindi speakers while South India non-Hindi speakers demand new regions according to languages. हमने ये पहले भी देखा था कि जब स्टेट फॉर्मेशन हुआ था people had started demanding different states according to their languages. Okay, the state reorganization commission already implemented the recommendation for division of regions as per linguistic barriers. Now so many states have come up according to the language based people living in that area, like Gujaratis have been given Gujarat, or the Canadians have been given Kannada, or Kerala and these areas, or the Marathi people have been given the Maharashtra. So all these states have come according to the people living in that area, following, speaking of that language. Caste and religion. People belonging to different religions live in India. Superiority of one particular religion exists in certain regions. For example, Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur and Arunachal Pradesh have different custom, traditions, lifestyle and profession. Bodo people in Assam have been demanding in different regions. Therefore, stormy movements are taking place. Now, these the eastern side states जो हमारे हैं, the land of seven sisters हमने पढ़ा था. Okay, though all these have got different customs and traditions. Now in this also, Assam is such a big state. Okay, now Bodo people living over there, Bodo is a community. These people living over there are asking for their separate land. अपना एक land चाहते हैं. The name they want to give is Bodo land. वो अपना एक अलग land demand कर रहे हैं, and for that they are doing violent activities also over there. ULFA terrorism is active in Assam. Okay, so this is also a one group or organization that do terrorist activities over there in Assam. Then Punjab and Haryana separated because of regionalism. Okay, Punjab and Haryana, that was one big area at that time, but then Punjabi people asked for their own Punjab, and Hindi speaking people were given Haryana. In this way, Jharkhand separated from Bihar, Chhattisgarh from Madhya Pradesh and Uttaranchal from Uttar Pradesh. Currently, the demand for separate Vidarbha region from Maharashtra has been going on. ये हमने पहले भी पढ़ा है कि different states have come up from the bigger states, and now the demand for Vidarbha from Maharashtra is coming up. It is not in the interest of the nation, as unity of country should be more important than demand of one particular region. The Constitution of India declares India as a Sovereign, socialist, secularist, democratic and republic country. At the time of framing the Constitution, we have declared India as a big Sovereign country, wherein all the states will be merged and India will be a strong country. But then such type of activities where they start demanding for different regions or different states, these break the unity of India. During the time of reorganization of state, regional demand should not be the priority, but unity of the country should be the main aim. Okay, so here we have to see that we have to maintain the unity of India. Now, the regional inequality, the foreign rulers did not undertake development activities in places where they would not get any economic profit. As a result, there was regional inequality in such places. Okay, जैसे ही the British people जहाँ पे उनको कुछ फ़ायदा नहीं मिलता था, तो वो रीजन्स को वो डेवलप नहीं करते थे, और जहाँ से उनको फ़ायदा होता था, such type of areas were being developed. So such difference is seen right from that time. After independence, the Planning Commission was formed for social and economic development of India. One of its main aim was the balanced development of different regions. In fact, due to regional pressure, certain political reasons, the tug of war to take development programs to their own region, the maximum for development, etc. Okay. Now, the people after independence, अपने region को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए they started demanding different things, isn't it? Or government is trying to have a balance between all the states. Now, even within developed, moderately developed and less developed states, internal inequality exists considerably. Okay, हमारे we can say जो states हैं, there also we can see inequality is there. Some states are well developed and some states are moderately developed, and some states in India are underdeveloped, we can say. Like Maharashtra, it is very economically developed state, isn't it? Maharashtra हम बोल सकते हैं, there are the number of industries and big factories are such there. बड़े बड़े towns हैं महाराष्ट्र में, बड़े बड़े cities हैं, but its regions like Vidarbha and Marathwada are backward. महाराष्ट्र में ऐसी भी places हैं जो totally backward हैं. Okay, Vidarbha or Marathwada are the places that are backward. Certain areas, some regions are ahead in agricultural development, while some regions are industrially development. There are many factors between the states which are quite visible for regionalism. There are some states who are loggerheads for boundary issues even though they are in India. Like in Maharashtra and Karnataka, Punjab and Haryana, the boundary issues are still going on. And still the people are fighting for the boundaries. महाराष्ट्र और कर्नाटक के बीच की बाउंड्री में अभी तक झगड़ा चल रहा है. पंजाब एंड हरियाणा की बाउंड्रीज के बीच में they have started fighting. Narrow miners is seen in regions to acquire personal motives related to the flow of water and mineral, industrial, raw material and agricultural sector. This regional inequality and narrow miners is tremendously harmful to the unity of country. So this is breaking the unity of our country. This has to be stopped everywhere in India. Means for preserving country's dignity, superior position should be planned rather than taking interest in regional development. We have to see that we have to preserve the country's dignity, or the country's position should be superior among all the other countries. Instead of fighting inside the country, we have to see that the overall development of the country should be taken care of. Now, India has developed, we can say, in so many areas. Okay, they have given the names of the big personalities, those who have worked in different areas. Okay, India has developed in the field of science and technologies. Okay, and here they have given the name of the persons, those who have worked very hard to for the benefit of India. They had raised the name of the India in different fields. Now you can see, after independence, the distinguished national leaders like Dr. Homi Bhabha, Dr. Raja Ramana, Vikram Sarabhai, C.V. Raman, okay, all this in the field of engineering, Sir M. Vishwariyas, Sam Petroda, APJ Abdul Kalam, all these, they have worked, they were the great leaders, we can say. And the creator of successful metro railway project, creator E. Sridharan, are those engineers, scientists and technocrats who had contributed in the field of science and technology. In the next slide, I have shown you the pictures of all these personalities also. Indian Institute of Science, Indian Institute of Technology, Indian Space Research Organization and Physical Research Laboratory are the glorious examples. Okay, now here you can see the engineers of our country, the big engineers. Homi Bhabha, okay, then Raja Ramana. Here you can see the picture of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, then C.V. Raman. Okay, this we have collected and showed so that you can remember all such personalities, those who have worked in the field of science and technology. Then M. Visvesvaraya, then Sam Petroda, our former president APJ Abdul Kalam. Then you can see this person, he is considered as metro man. Why? Because he had introduced this metro railways in India. Okay, E. Sridharan. Now women also have played a great role in bringing the name of the country. Different women, those who have worked in different fields, like Janki Amma, she has worked for flora and vegetation, we can say. Azima Chatterjee, she has worked in the field of chemistry. Now Dr. Indira Ahuja or Hinduja, okay, the name is the same. She has worked in the field of medicine. Shakuntala Devi, she is a great mathematician and also known as human computer. Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams, both are astronauts. Now you can see the pictures. See Janki Amma, this is Asima Chatterjee, then Dr. Indira Hinduja, Shakuntala Devi, the mathematician, and these two the astronauts, Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams. Okay, now you can see at the time of independence we were dependent on others for food grains, but in making us self-reliant in this area, today we have constructed the huge dams, lakes, canals, okay, and with the construction of all these things, our country has grown up. We have been making use of modern agricultural technology to increase agricultural production. Then we have gone through green revolution, and that has brought a great change in our country. Then institutions, laboratories and universities, agricultural universities have been established in our country for the growth of agriculture. Okay, so India has also achieved, we can say, a headway in nuclear science and technology. India has established research institutes and laboratories for peaceful purpose for nuclear power. Okay, nuclear scientists and engineers have constructed ultra modern nuclear reactors and power stations. Okay, so in the field of nuclear energy also हम इतना आगे बढ़ चुके हैं. Now, by conducting the nuclear test in Pokhran, at that time we have proved that India can also make nuclear bombs. Now see India's achievement in the space research technology. We have developed the space shuttles GSLV to launch satellites. See, I have shown you the picture of GSLV. Okay, we have also launched satellites in outer space. Then satellites like Aryabhat, Bhaskar and Rohini. This is Aryabhat and this is the picture of Bhaskar and Rohini. These are the satellites being launched by India. Are useful in successfully conducting the nuclear test, then in telecasting, education, weather information. Okay, all this, or the remote sensing technology being used to find out the minerals. तो ये सब हमारे जो सैटेलाइट्स हैं हमको हेल्प करते हैं टू नो द वेदर कंडीशंस और whatever minerals we have to find out. So many information we get through these satellites. In last 1 decade we have made a progress in the field of telecommunication and information. Then in the field of computers we can say internet, smartphones, tablets, email, Twitter, computers, WhatsApp. You know all about all these technologies being coming up in India. Okay, so India is one among the leading nations now. Application of computer is successful in administration at large, mainly for indirect use in environment preservation and carbon credit. Okay, nowadays more use of computers is being done for what? So that these computers are, we can say, one type of environmental friendly, isn't it? You can see the figure of Bhaskar and this Rohini satellite. The use of biotechnology in industries, energy, agriculture, health and the continuous research and development in the field has resulted in the maxims of Digital India and Make in India world famous. You see these Digital India and Make in India. These are the two things coming up in India, isn't it? Modi ji had given a great we can say boost to these two things, isn't it? Digital India and Make in India. And even because of him 21st June is being celebrated as International Yoga Day. Marine research and continuous development, human resource development and harbour development, including education and health sectors, are continuously involved in making progress. 21st June has been declared as the World Yoga Day, okay, in the United Nations, which shows the glowing future of India. Okay, so right from, we can say, time of independence and now the difference we can see, India has progressed so much with the efforts of so many people. Okay, so all these topics being given on page number 50, page number 50, 51 and 52, 53. Okay, go through all these topics. Then in this the name of the persons and in which field they have worked out, that can come as your multiple choice or fill in the blanks. Then 2 or 3 marks answers are also being asked from these paragraphs. Okay, thank you beta, have a nice day.